Case number 1, ex-wife quits $70,000 job to avoid child support. Judge isn't having it.
Yes, ma'am.
Looks like you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
I just found out my wife just left her corporate job for a cashier job. I don't know why. Maybe it's because like she wants to get out of the payments of what she's doing.
Payments of what?
Child support, ma'am.
Okay.
We have a child together that we had in our marriage, and it's like, and all of a sudden I just found out just recently that she left her corporate job to take a couple of dollar paying job. How can you do this to us? How can you
Excuse
do this
me, sir. Sir, do not address her. Address me.
Yes, ma'am. I do apologize.
I mean, obviously she can't help your situation.
Yes.
That's why you're here, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so continue.
He thought his ex-wife was doing everything possible to support their child. But when he learned she left a high-paying corporate job for cashier wages, suspicion exploded in court. Was it an accident or an intentional move to dodge responsibility? The judge is about to dig deeper. Stay tuned.
I don't know, it's just like, when I found out, it's just like, I was just shocked. I didn't know like how else to express it, but we had a child together.
How old is the child?
This child is like 5 years old, ma'am.
Is she paying anything in child
Yes, ma'am.
support?
She's paying for the medical bills and she's paying for the support as well.
Medical support, you mean?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Ma'am,
Yes, ma'am.
is there a reason why you're not paying to support this child?
First of all, I left my corporate paying job, and after our divorce, I know he mentioned I'm his wife. Correction, I'm his ex-wife.
Okay, congratulations.
thank you.
Continue.
Shock turned to disbelief when he discovered she left her career after their divorce. She insists she still pays medical bills, but the judge isn't convinced. Why would someone with everything walk? Away from it all? The tension rises as the truth begins to surface. The courtroom is heating up.
I left my job, and the reason why I left it, and I did do it intentionally, I felt that it was not right.
Wait a minute. You intentionally left your job?
Yes, ma'am, I did. I had enough money in savings to still provide for my child and still provide medical insurance. So I felt that, the stress of my divorce wasn't inhibiting me from performing my job.
Okay. First of all, that's a different court. We're not here to talk about anything that went on with the divorce. I just need to know about the money that you're making, because obviously the child lives with you. Is that correct, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
So, you have all this money in saving. Let's talk about it.
She admits it outright. She left her $70,000 job intentionally, claiming savings will cover her child. But the judge isn't buying it. If you can earn more, should. You choose to earn less. The questions grow sharper, and the answers are even harder to swallow. This case is just beginning.
Okay.
How much did you make at your last job?
I annually $70,000.
$70,000, okay. And that's your only job?
It was my only job. Now I work at a convenience store.
Doing
Head
what?
clerk.
Doing what?
Head clerk.
Head clerk. Okay, how much are you making now?
About $30,000 a year.
$30,000. And what type of education do you have?
I have my master's.
You have a master's degree and you're a head clerk?
Yes, ma'am. Again, the stresses of the divorce inhibited me from doing my job.
Okay, don't say that again. You already said that once and we moved on from that. So, you're now making $30,000 a year.
A master's degree, once earning $70,000 a year, now making $30,000 as a store clerk. The judge presses harder. Why waste your education just to dodge responsibility? The tension snaps as excuses crumble. The numbers don't lie. The court is about to set the record straight. Watch closely.
And you think that I should base child support on $30,000 instead of the $70,000 that you intentionally stopped working at?
Well, that is my annual income now, $30,000.
That's your annual income now. When did you start working at your corporate job?
A year ago.
A year ago. How long were you there?
I was there for about 8 years.
8 years
Yes,
with
ma'am.
the master's degree at a head clerk position. What's the qualification to work at that job? It's such as, do you
High
need
school
a
diploma.
degree?
You just need a high school diploma.
High school diploma,
Yes,
and you have a
clerk.
master's degree. I'm not about to play with you. $70,000 a year. You said you covered a child on health insurance. How much is that?
$300 a month.
$300 a month. Ma'am, I'm going to make you pay child support. You came, obviously, in this courtroom to waste my time.
Lower income, but the judge calls out the strategy. 8 years in a high-paying career doesn't vanish overnight. Intentional or not, a child still needs support. The ruling is near, and it won't be what she expected. The gavel is almost ready to fall.
I have a question. How come I have to get a corporate job? How come he can't get a corporate job?
He can get a job, but the child lives with him, right?
Well, yes, and I think the reason why the child is even with him to begin with is because, well, this is a different court. Never mind, like you said.
Okay, thank you. So, moving right along, $70,000 a year, excuse me. I put your
I'm not making $70,000 a month anymore. I'm making $30,000 a year now.
You're making $30,000 a year now, but ma'am, you intentionally work at a job that pays you less. And you think that you're gonna come in this courtroom and get me to order that you pay a less amount when you're capable of making the $70,000 with a master's degree? You made that up.
Ma'am, I don't know. Emotional distress is intentional.
Excuse me. Emotional distress. I need you to go see a doctor.
She argues he could get a corporate job too, but the child lives with him. The judge isn't swayed. Emotionally, distress isn't an excuse to lower obligations. Education and ability matter more than excuses. The courtroom silence is deafening as reality sets in. The final decision is moments away.
Okay, so your gross is $5,833.33. Based on that $70,000, I'm going to give you a credit for the health insurance, okay? The $300 that you stated brings your net to $4,497.98. How many children?
One.
One child, okay. 20%. $899.60 is going to be your monthly child support obligation that you're going to pay each month to this man. You're looking confused, and I don't understand why you're looking
I'm
at me
not looking
like that.
confused. You said what you're saying, and I'm okay. I'm taking it all in.
Oh, okay. Congratulations.
Thank
now,
you.
do you have anything further?
No, ma'am.
That's it?
Yes, ma'am.
That's it from you? Okay, if there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.
All right, thanks so much.
You're welcome.
The verdict is clear. Child support based on her true earning potential, not her reduced salary. $899.60 every month to ensure her child's needs are met. Justice isn't about punishing parents. It's about protecting children. If you believe every child deserves support, like, comment, and subscribe for more real courtroom moments. Case number 2, Moms. $500 weekly allowance backfires in child support court.
Mr. Kennedy, you brought this case before the court.
Yes, ma'am.
What's going on?
So I'm sharing custody with our 12-year-old daughter now, and I'm just wanting a little more help with finances because as she's getting older, expenses are getting a little higher, and sports, dances, going out hanging with girls, and I just want a little more help on my end. I'm paying insurance already. And,
Okay. How much are you paying in insurance?
$130.
All right. And what is your daughter's name?
Autumn.
Autumn. Oh, what a beautiful name.
Thank you.
Autumn. Okay. So what type of expenses does she have that are increasing?
Yeah, so she's doing volleyball right now, and we're thinking that she's going to be doing that in high school as well.
Okay.
Mr. Kennedy steps into court, seeking help for his growing daughter. Volleyball fees, dances, insurance bills stacking high. But will the judge see his plea as fair? He's not asking for much, just support for Autumn's future. Say when her turn comes, stay tuned.
So just, athletic wear and then traveling, going to places. I want to go and support her and as well as her, but, I'm the one having to drive and take her if I don't want her to ride the bus because I don't feel her safe doing that.
Okay. Is this a school bus or
Yeah, it's a school bus.
with her teammates?
With her teammates, yes.
And you don't feel that she should,
No.
ride with her teammates?
If it's really far away, maybe like an hour or more, I'll
Okay.
drive her, but if it's 30 minutes or less, I'll usually let her typically go.
Okay. That's understandable. Okay. Is there anything else you want me to know before I move over to her?
She's just a growing girl, and girls are expensive, as they say, so.
I mean, we are. We have a lot of stuff that we need. So, yeah.
The costs keep climbing. Athletic gear, travel for games. Kennedy refuses to let his daughter ride unsafe buses. But is this genuine concern or an attempt to shift expenses? The judge listens closely, preparing to turn to Mom. Will she agree Autumn's costs are rising or push back hard?
Ma'am, is there anything you want to add or subtract from what he said?
Yes, Your Honor, I do feel that he's trying to take advantage of my new relationship.
Okay. Tell me about this new relationship.
Well, I can't really help who I have fallen in love with. So my new husband is a fantastic provider. However, I do get an allowance, and it isn't as much as you would think coming from. Well, my husband's a CEO of an energy company, so you would expect a huge allowance, but obviously he has to protect all of his hard-earned income.
Mom takes the stand with a surprising twist. She claims Dad is using her new marriage against her. Her husband's wealthy, but she says her allowance is small. Does love with a CEO change child support? The tension builds as the courtroom waits to hear her side of the truth.
What type of allowance do you receive?
About $500 a week.
$500 a week, okay. All right.
So, which really isn't that big a deal. I mean, obviously.
That big a deal in terms of the amount of money, or you paying child support for more in child support for the child living with him and having increased expense?
Well, I don't think it's that big a deal to Mr. Kennedy because he has a pretty healthy income himself.
But you do understand his income does not have anything to do with an increase in what you should be paying in child support, right?
$500 weekly allowance. Mom says it's modest, but the judge cuts through the excuses. Dad's income doesn't erase her duty. The courtroom grows quiet. As reality sets in, will Mom finally be ordered to contribute? Or can she convince the court she's being unfairly pressured to pay more?
Yes, I understand that, but what I don't think has been considered yet is the fact that I set aside furthering my education, though I wanted to pursue that, so that he could go get his MIS degree and then a master's in something. Mm-hmm. So I'm not sure that it's fair. I would like to consider all the money that wasn't spent on me that should have been spent on me while we were married.
Okay, yeah, no, that's not how this works. And sir, she says she gets a $500 a week allowance from her husband, and who is a CEO of an energy company.
Mom argues sacrifice. She gave up her education so Dad could advance his career. Now she wants that considered. In child support. But the judge says marriage sacrifices don't erase responsibility to a child. The tension spikes as her personal history collides with the court's strict calculations. What happens next?
Briefly, how much money does your husband make?
I'm really not sure.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
It's a lot.
It's a lot?
I think so.
When you say a lot, is it like in the 200,000s, 300,000s?
Well, the car that he drives was about 200,000.
Oh.
So I'm thinking you'd probably have to
you
make
only
more
get a
than that.
$500 a week. You know what? That's not my business. That's not the reason I'm here. I'm not going to even entertain that.
That's what I was thinking too.
I'll just move on. Sir, do you know how much money her husband makes a year?
I don't, but he's the Steve Jobs of the town of energy.
Steve Jobs.
The judge digs deeper. How much does this CEO husband actually make? Mom claims not to know, but her husband drives a $200,000 car. Dad cracks a sly comment, calling him the Steve Jobs of energy. Will these numbers matter? The judge has a different focus entirely. A ruling approaches.
So
let me ask you this. Are you expecting her child support to be based on his Steve Jobs?
No,
job?
His success has nothing to do with me or my daughter or our
Okay.
daughter. And like I said, I just want a little more help because she's
Okay.
getting older. And, if she's happily married with whoever and how big his wallet is, that is totally up to her.
Okay, well, I'm glad that's not what you were doing because you can't do that anyway. But what we can do, ma'am, is make you pay more in child support because at this point you've been paying zero because from what I see, you're a stay-at-home mom, which is absolutely okay. But you do understand that your child has increased expenses, correct?
Yes, I do see that.
Dad sets the record straight. He's not chasing her husband's wealth. He just wants fairness for their daughter. The judge agrees. Zero child support. Ends today. Mom's about to pay. But how much will the court decide? And will she accept the number? The tension reaches its breaking point.
Okay, so after yes, I do see that. That means that I don't need any further response. So you understand that, right?
Well, how much are we talking about?
We're going to base it off that $500 a week allowance that you make.
Okay.
So, based on that, I have your gross at $2,000 a month. After you take out the calculations for the taxes, your net comes out to $1,662.53. Okay? That would give you a child support obligation of $266. However, you also heard him say that he pays $130, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
The calculations drop like a hammer. Based on her allowance, child support is set at $266. Add $130 to reimburse dad's insurance costs. The total, $396 a month. Mom looks shocked, but the judge is firm. Will she fight back or accept her new obligation to support her daughter?
In medical insurance for the child, you're going to have to reimburse that to him. So, in addition to the $266 a month for child support, you add the $130, your child support obligation monthly comes out to $396.
Can I say something?
Sure, but make it brief.
Okay, well, I don't know if he's still subscribing to the same psychic,
Okay.
but she charges, I think it's $412 a month.
Okay.
Mom makes one last attempt to dodge responsibility. She claims dad's psychic bills prove he can pay more, but the judge isn't swayed. Personal spending has nothing to do with child support. With emotions high, the case is closing. But will Mom let it end here or spark one last fight?
And
What does this psychic have to do with these numbers?
well, because I just feel like if he can afford the psychic, then maybe he can afford the insurance. And I guess I feel that that is money that could have gone towards my education while we were married.
Okay, well, I've already said no to that. That has nothing to do with me. I mean, you should address that in your divorce, obviously. And whatever he pays, if he chooses to do that, that has nothing to do with your responsibility, your financial responsibility to your daughter. So if there's nothing further from either of you, you all are dismissed.
The gavel falls. Mom owes $396 monthly. The judge dismisses distractions. About psychics and past sacrifices, in the end, child support is about one thing: Autumn's future. A daughter's needs must come first. If you believe kids deserve both parents stepping up, like, comment, and subscribe for more real courtroom moments. Case number 3, fiancé tries to replace dad. Judge shuts it down instantly.
Ward, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
All right, now, okay. Now, let me just kind of cut to the chase of the thing. I was engaged to the mama of his child, and, you know, we were just having a good time, and it was really getting ready to have a wedding, and, you know, the reception at Genghis Grill and everything was all set up. But unfortunately, she had fallen ill. COVID had got her, and then all of a sudden one day, she's just gone.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, you know, but I mean, I had to take little Malaysia into my arms and try to explain things.
He planned a wedding, but tragedy struck. His fiancée's sudden passing left him holding a 7-year-old girl who wasn't his by blood. In court, he explains why he stepped in as a father. But is love enough when the law sees it differently? The judge isn't smiling.
You know, I call him my little bit, because, you know, we just kicked it off right away. I'm talking about pretty much on the first date that I went on with them, because she brought her with her on our first date, which makes a lot of sense. And we just have been...
And Malaysia is the child?
Yes, ma'am.
How
Yes, she
old is Malaysia?
She's 7.
Okay.
And, you know, I mean, she's one of those smart little girls that where you can't really get a whole lot past her. She's going to call you on your stuff.
Okay.
And that's what I appreciated about her. That's why we clicked so well, because her mama was the same way.
Sounds like a good kid.
Well, yeah, she's wonderful. I mean, she you know, she's on point with all of her schoolwork. She loves doing her homework. You know, our thing is to watch some Schoolhouse Rock on YouTube to let her know how the old school did it and everything.
He calls her Lil Bit. From their very first meeting, they bonded instantly. Homework sessions, Schoolhouse Rock marathons, and endless laughter. He swears she's his daughter in every way that matters. But the real father is about to speak, and his side of the story could change everything.
And so we, our favorite hangout is the Sesame Place. She loves to go there. She saw one episode of Lego Masters, and I took her to the Lego place out there and the shops in Willow Bend and everything. So it's like, that's been my road dog. That's been my everything and all that kind of stuff.
Sounds like the two of you have a great relationship.
Oh, seriously. I mean, I just love having her, like my own child. And I feel like that she is actually my own child. I know that she only likes broccoli with ketchup, and she likes fish sticks with ketchup, and she likes corn with ketchup. I don't know what this thing is about ketchup.
Me either. I don't like ketchup like that.
I don't either. But I know how she likes that. I know that she's got to have that mood light on when she goes to sleep.
Trips to Sesame Place, Lego, adventures, bedtime lights, and even ketchup-covered broccoli. He knows every detail of her world. To him, she's family. But fatherhood isn't just about memories, it's about rights. And the man in the next seat says he's the real dad. Whose truth will the court believe?
I know that if I don't put those downy beads in with her blanket, that she's not going to sleep. So I do everything. I mean, I talk to the teachers. I got her on the after-school program. I mean, everything that I could possibly want to do for a child, I do for her.
Okay.
And so my thing is that, I'm doing all the things that a dad would do for his daughter. And little bit in me, it's like, hey, I mean, I might as well just go ahead and say that she's mine. Because, up until the time that she and I and her mother were together, that's just the way it was. When it was with her, I was with them. So it's like, I feel like I take care of her.
Okay.
And since I figure I take care of her, then, then this cat over here.
He handles school programs, talks with teachers, washes her favorite blanket with downy beads, and swears he's the only dad she needs. But he's pointing fingers at her biological father, calling him absent. The tension is boiling, and the man across the aisle is about to fight back.
You figure that, that he's got something to say about it. When I've hardly seen him, I mean, granted, she's the child's daddy. I mean, yeah, every once in a while he'll come around. Every once in a while he'll visit her and all that kind of stuff, but he don't know.
What do you mean by every once in a while?
Oh, but every once in a while, it's like he'll come, he might honk the horn or whatever. He might ask her to come out. She'll come out and see. And that's the one thing about her. She knows no strangers,
Okay, so you're referring, you called him a cat. I mean, what?
Okay, all right, look.
So this is her dad.
This is her dad, yes.
Okay, so you're saying he's not doing all of the things that you're doing with little bit, right?
No, not at all. I mean, really.
And you know that for a fact?
Well, this is how I look at it. If he was like a real man.
He says the real dad barely shows up, honks the horn, waves, then disappears. To him, that's not parenting. But the courtroom is about to hear another CETA father who works hard, claims he's always there, and won't let someone else take his place. The judge leans forward.
If he was really taking care of his business, handling his business, then I wouldn't have any room to have proposed to Little Bit's mama. I wouldn't have even a place in her radar. But the fact that I did, to me, kind of says something. I mean, come on, man. It's like,
So let me ask my question again. Okay. You know this for a fact that he's not active in her life.
Well, the one thing that I know is that a lot of things that she needs and that she likes and dislikes, he hardly knows half of that.
Oh.
I mean, as far as, come on. I mean, it's
Sir,
like,
give me 1 second. I'm about to have him wrap it up.
Okay, well, look, all I know is this. When it comes between me and him, she comes to me. When it comes
that you know of.
Yeah, that I see.
If he were a real man, I wouldn't be here. His words sting across the courtroom. He says the child runs to him, not her father. But facts are colliding with feelings, and the biological dad is ready to set the record straight. The judge's patience is running thin.
I mean, every time that he comes, I give them their space, but I'm looking at her body language, and she's like, man, when is this going to be over? So it's like...
Yeah, because she's ready to come home with her real dad.
No.
Okay, Mr. Ward, give me 1 second. Your story was beautiful. It was very colorful. And that's not to say that you're being untruthful about anything. However, I would like to also hear from Dad, because as you know, there are always two sides to every story, well, really three, and the truth lies somewhere in between them, right?
I understand,
So give me a moment, and I'll go over to Dad.
All right.
Now, Dad, it sounds like, your daughter
and Mr. Ward have a great relationship.
Every visit, he says the child just wants to leave with him. The father fires back, calling him invasive, a helicopter smothering the little girl. Both men claim they're the better parent. The judge warns them only facts matter here. Someone's about to be humbled when the law speaks.
But is it true these, allegations he's saying about you not being very active and involved?
None of it, ma'am. I see my child every time I'm off work, and every time I'm off, I go and pick her up, and she stays with me for the whole 4 days. I work 3 days on, 4 days off, and he knows it. And when we talk to her on the phone, she says he's too invasive. He always, what are you doing? What are you doing? And he always in her face and want to know
Like
this.
a helicopter dad.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Like a microscope. That's how she feels, and she don't like it. And then as far as me and my child's mother splitting up, that was between us. That was years before she even met you, so you can't put that on me.
Well, you know what? I can't put a lot on you. I mean, yeah, okay, fine.
The biological dad defends himself. He says he sees his daughter for full days every week, pays for lessons, and spends real time with her. He says she feels smothered by the stepdad. But who's telling the truth? The courtroom tension is now thick enough to cut with a knife.
You can call me helicopter all you want to, but you were not there when her mama died, man. You weren't there to have to console her when she was crying and didn't go to sleep. You weren't there. I was there.
You didn't even tell me. I was at work. You didn't even tell me.
See, that's the thing. You were always at work. You're always at work.
And see, here's the thing. I know there are a lot of emotions going on. I usually don't let people talk back and forth to each other.
I'm so sorry.
But I do understand the underlying issue here. Especially with, your fiance passing away. I definitely understand that. I am just trying to get some clarity here because
I was there when her mama died. His voice shakes. He says love is proven by presence, not paychecks. The dad says he was working, unaware. Grief turns to anger, and the judge has to step in fast. Whose version of fatherhood will this courtroom believe when it rules?
According to the paperwork that you filed, Mr. Ward, there is a court order in place.
Yes.
And it names your fiance as the custodial parent and dad as the non-custodial parent. And you are essentially trying to modify this order.
Well, yeah, because essentially, to me, I became the custodial parent.
Okay. And you understand how you feel is not what the law says, right?
I do understand that. But Your Honor, the one thing that I do know is that the custodial duties I have taken on, and I know it's not by emotion, and I'm not even just talking about emotion, I'm talking about my actions. The teachers know me. The teachers call me.
Hold that thought.
He claims he became the custodial parent after her mother's death. But the court order says otherwise. The judge reminds him feelings don't change. The law, still, he insists his actions speak louder than any paper. But the legal father is right there, and the law is on his side.
The teachers know you as well?
Yes, ma'am. Now, granted, he lives closer to the school, so he's up there just a little bit more than me. But anytime they call, I stop what I'm doing and I'm on the way.
Okay. All right. It sounds like he's pretty involved. And tell me some things you and your daughter do together.
Well, I take her to piano. I pay for her piano lessons.
Okay.
Some days when I'm off, I take her. He takes her other days. I pay for her to be in karate class.
Okay.
We go to Six Flags together. We go to skating together.
Okay.
I try to teach her how to bowl. We have fun. We go to my mom's house and, I drop her off. And she enjoys spending time over there mostly.
All right. So she has a good relationship with grandmother.
The father lists piano lessons, karate, skating, Six Flags, family visits. He's deeply involved, too. 2 men fighting over one little girl, both claiming to love her. But love isn't what the judge is here to measure. The ruling is coming soon, and someone's heart will break.
It sounds like this child is just well loved all around with both sides. I mean, is there any chance of the 2 of you trying to get along to make it work for the best for your daughter?
Her dad, but he keeps saying, "Oh, she needs to be here," and my child's mother is no longer here, so I'm trying to get him to court to get full custody of my child.
Okay.
All the way. So that's how that's gonna end. You're not gonna be around too much longer.
No, man, no, you ain't gonna talk to me like that. No.
Well, neither one of you are going to talk to each other like anything anymore. I'm ready to make my ruling. I've heard what the both of you have to say.
The judge asks if they can work together, but tempers explode. The dad says he's going for full custody. The stepdad says he's not going anywhere. Voices rise, emotions flare, and the judge says, enough. The next words out of her mouth will decide everything. The ruling is here.
I understand that dad is pretty involved with the child. He's paying for teaching her how to skate, paying for karate. She has a great relationship with her paternal grandmother. It sounds like dad wants to be a part of the child's life. I also understand, Mr. Ward, your heavy involvement with the child. You know, you have a nickname for her. You all do things together. You know, she loves ketchup. You know all about her nightlife and her sleep routines and everything like that. However, that does not negate the fact of what the law says. The child was not left with you by dad. Her dad is still alive. Sounds like he's very active.
Both men clearly love this child. One knows her bedtime routines, the other pays for every activity. But the judge says feelings cannot erase legal rights. The father is alive, present, and active. Now the stepdad must hear a decision he never wanted to face. Judgment is almost final.
Doesn't sound like he, you know, is a deadbeat parent by any means. He is making the expenditures that any parent would do. And he also said he's trying to petition the court at some point to get sole custody of his daughter. So based on that, I have no other choice but to dismiss your claim because you do not have any grounds to be petitioning this court for child support. Is there anything further from
No.
either of you?
No.
Ma'am, I'm very happy with the
No.
verdict.
Okay. All right. Well, if there's nothing further, you all are
Suck it up.
dismissed.
Thank you.
What?
The judge rules, case dismissed. The stepdad has no grounds for child support. Love is powerful, but the law is clear. Biological parents have rights. In the end, this little girl is surrounded by people who care. If you believe children deserve love from every side, like, comment, and subscribe.